Welcome, dear soul, to a place that exists outside of time, in a realm where justice and mercy flow together like a mighty river. I am a messenger, a servant of the Most High, and it is my honor to guide you into a vision of what is known as the Great White Throne Judgment. Behind me is the Great White Throne, where both the small and the great will stand before God. Revelation 20 verse 12 says, "And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. Another book was opened, which is the book of life. The dead were judged according to what they had done as recorded in the books." Why will there be a Great White Throne Judgment? Reason 1, people refused Jesus. Romans 2:5-6. The Bible tells us that the primary reason for this judgment is humanity's rejection of Jesus Christ. Reason 2, sin can't exist in God's presence. Since sin cannot exist in the presence of God, this day is necessary to separate what is pure from what is not. Reason 3, Jesus will stand as the judge. Jesus, in absolute sovereignty, will sit as judge over all, his authority unchallenged. In Matthew 25, verse 31, Jesus says, "When the Son of Man comes in his glory and all his angels are with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. The people of every nation will be gathered in front of him. He will separate them as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right, but the goats on his left." Reason 4, accountability for all. Romans 12:4. Everyone will give an account of their lives. No one is exempt from this divine reckoning. Reason 5, to render justice. Romans 2 verse 6 and Revelation 20 verse 13 says that God will render justice to everyone according to what they have done. Why is it called the Great White Throne Judgment? The term Great White Throne symbolizes divine holiness, purity, and justice. It's an image of God's absolute authority. As seen in Daniel 7:10, it's also a symbol of God's supreme majesty, an awe-inspiring sight that leaves no doubt of his sovereignty. Who will be present at the judgment? In Revelation 20 verse 12, the scripture says that God himself will preside over this judgment. He alone has the right to judge all creation. Others that will be present are those whose names are not found in the book of life. Those whose names are not in the book of life will be judged at the Great White Throne Judgment, as seen in Revelation 20:15. There will also be people from all ages. People from every era, believers and non-believers, will stand before the throne and be judged. Lastly, the unbelievers. Those who have rejected salvation will face this final judgment. In John 3 verses 18, Jesus says,
"He that believeth on him is not judged. He that believeth not hath been judged already, because he hath not believed on the name of the only begotten Son of God."
The Great White Throne Judgment is a moment unlike any other in history. It is the ultimate divine examination, where every action, word, thought, and deed is brought into the light of God's justice. No deed is too small, and no thought is too hidden. Every soul that stands before this throne will be judged with perfect, unerring wisdom. But where does this monumental judgment take place? The Bible reveals that it occurs before the very throne of God, a throne described as radiant, majestic, and pure. Known as the Great White Throne, it symbolizes God's holiness and unshakable authority. Imagine a throne that exudes both beauty and power, a place beyond human comprehension, where divine justice unfolds. And when will this judgment occur? The scriptures tell us that it will happen after the end of the millennium, a 1,000-year reign of peace. It's also set after the final cosmic conflict known as the Battle of Gog and Magog. This is a judgment for those who have yet to be redeemed, a final reckoning that brings closure to the era of human history as we know it. At this throne, every soul will understand the weight of their choices, seeing their lives from the perspective of eternity. The Great White Throne Judgment marks the transition from this world to the eternal destiny that awaits each of us, either in the presence of God or apart from it. The Great White Throne Judgment is a profound reminder of the gravity of our lives and the eternity that awaits beyond. It's a moment where every heart, every choice, and every action will be laid bare before the ultimate judge, God Himself. This is not just a story or a distant prophecy. It's a call to reflect on our own lives here and now. In a world often clouded by distractions, this judgment serves as a reminder of what truly matters: faith, love, and integrity. It calls each of us to live with purpose, knowing that every decision echoes in eternity. The good news is that while judgment is certain, so is the gift of grace offered through Jesus Christ. By accepting His love and forgiveness, we can stand confidently, knowing our names are written in the book of life. So as we consider the meaning of the Great White Throne Judgment, let's also remember the hope that's available to all. A hope that transforms judgment into redemption, fear into faith, and endings into new beginnings. May we live each day with our eyes set on eternity, making choices that honor the God who holds all things in His hands.